Hey! नंदन प्रभु हरि की हरिनाम संकीर्तन परिक्रमा राधा गोविंद जी Shri Radhika की जय नित्य कृष्ण पाद सत्य श्री भक्तिवेदांत महाराज की जय महाराज की जय भक्तिवेदांत त्रिकम महाराज की जय श्री गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति रक्षक श्री गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति ज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति दैत्य माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति जीवन जनार्दन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति वेदांत माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गौकिशोर दास गौस्वामी महाराज की जय सच्चिदानंद श्री भक्तिनाथ ठाकुर की जय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास महाराज की जय श्री गौरी वेदांत आचार्य श्री बलदेव विद्याभूषण प्रभु की जय श्री नारदम श्रीनिवास श्याम नंदपुर की जय श्री विश्वनाथ ठाकुर ठाकुर की जय श्री कृष्ण श्री राज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री सर्वदामोदर रमण गोपाल बिंद की जय नाम-चंtamani ठाकुर की जय प्रणव श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री अद्वैत मायपुर श्रीमंत दीप गोद दीप मद दीप गोलद्री पुत्र दीप जन दीप मधु दीप रत्न विष्णु दीप धाम की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोविंद श्रीमंत की जय श्री राधेश्वर की जय श्री श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गंगे भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय सर्व विष्णु विदाता गिरिराज महाराज की जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशय नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त पार्षद महाराज की जय चारों संप्रदाय चारों आचार्य चारों धाम की जय श्री रति मंजरी विनोद मंजरी रूप मंजरी रमन मंजरी कमल मंजरी नयन मंजरी अनंग मंजरी राग मंजरी सरस्वती वृंद की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ओम वृंदावन
Bhakti Pradidevi Satchavachai Namo Namaha.
तुलसी परिक्रमा महाराज
Oh Namo. Krishna Shakti Namo Namo Krishna Yasi Namo Namo Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana Kunda Jaya Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Jaya Shama Kunda Jai Gora Hari Bal Hari Bal Hari Bal
महाराज की जय। Ishvara Satya Krishna Patitanam Krishna Deo Namo Namaha.
Harikatha, Kirtan. Harikatha Mahaprasad.
Just fixing this big You just put this mic here.
Yeah.
I just got to get my notes.
Sure.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सबसे पहले, first of all, मेरे कोटिलक सत्संग प्रणाम, मेरे गुरुpada-padma, Paramaradhitam, Paramapujapada, Nichilila Vishnu Vishnupada, Srila Srila Bhakti-vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I offer kotilak sasang pranam, Shri Guru-Charan, Shri Bhakti-vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Govinda-Charan, Srila Bhakti-vedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Qualifications Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti-vedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Srila Thakur Prabhupada, and pranam to all the Vaishnavas present, all Matri Vrinda, Bhats. Please accept my humble pranams. And thank you everyone for attending tonight. I also offer my pranam to our Paramapujapada Srila Bhakti-vedanta Maharaj, who's very mercifully attending our Hari Kirtan Mahotsav in Gira Shobhana months, and he's giving very enthusiastic Hari Kirtan. Utsaha nishcharya tatat bhajana. Two things have to be their enthusiasm and confidence, and then the bhakti will flow very nicely by our humble entreaty to the Lord, and grace will come, and Krishna will give some taste and some happiness. But it's very important we follow the process according to the injunctions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so much instruction is given in a short period of time. He was in this world only 48 years. And he instructed the whole world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Jagat Guru. And it's written, Vande Guru-nishta bhaktam, isha-nishtata akam, tam prakashamas chata shakti, Krishna Chaitanya-sakti. That is written by Srila Naraottama Das Gosvami. He's saying that he offers his respectful obeisances to all the spiritual masters, all the devotees of the Lord, the Lord's incarnations, plenary portions, his energies, and primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And then, of course, for us to progress in bhakti, we have to understand the principle of Guru. There are some people these days, they don't understand what is Guru-kripa, and therefore they're accepting any unqualified person as a Guru, and then what happens is they become affected in a bad way. Because Sri Krishna himself explains, he says in the Harinama, the last quote from Adi Purana, Patantu Guru Pujam Tatascharam Marchanam Kurvan Siddhim Avapnoti Yanyata Mishvara. The Krishna says, before you do any puja, one must always worship one's own Guru first. And not only then worship me, if one follows this process properly, one will naturally attain all perfection. But if one rejects this, and one does not follow this process, then only there will be no result, there will be no fruit. So sadhu sangha Krishna bhakti shravi yarihaya, bhakti fala prema hai samsara yarishaya. So when a sadhak, he follows that properly, he surrenders to Gurudev, takes sadhu sangha, then very quickly he'll attain paramatika shraddha, transcendental faith. In that association with the Rasic Vaishnavas, shraddha yarihaya, bhakti fala prema hai. And then more advanced than himself, he very quickly attains the fruit of that bhakti, and his material life is then dissipated. So the principle of Guru is related to Sri Krishna himself. The Guru is not different from Krishna, because Vichayajam Viganyam, we know that Krishna is explaining that the Guru is representing Krishna himself in full respect. And again it's explained, Guru Krishna Rupahana Shastrira Pramam, Guru-rupe Krishna Kripa Korina Bhakta Gana. So that Guru Krishna Rupa, that form, is actually explained in all Shastras. They agree, all Bonafide Shastras will agree that Guru Krishna is a manifestation of Guru is Krishna Kripa, and he's there to give Kripa to all the Bhaktas, Korina Bhakti Gana. And the Siksha Guru Ke Tajani, Krishna Shuru, Antaryami Bhakta Shrishta Edru. So one should know the Siksha Guru to be Krishna's mood, his personality, his embodiment of compassion. And in the form of the Chaita Guru, Krishna gives encouragement from within, and also is the form of the topmost devotee, that Bhakti Shastra. And he's always a Shri Bhagavan, he gives association and instructions. Why is it necessary to have Guru? He explains in the next verse, Srila Krishna Das Gosvami. Jive Sakshat Nahi, Tate Guru Chaita Rupe, Siksha Guru Hoy Krishna Mahanta Shrupe. Because Jiva, Sakshat Nahi, the Guru cannot, the individual soul, conditioned soul, cannot understand himself, he cannot see himself, he cannot get instructions from that higher quarter, that transcendental realm, which he's connected to, but he's prevented by the covering of the three modes of nature and the conditioned mind and the false ego. So therefore, the conditioned soul cannot directly experience the presence of the super soul. So he appears before the Jiva. Krishna appears as the Siksha Guru. And he's giving instructions. He's instructing spiritual master, and such an exalted personality, Krishna Mahanta Shrupa, is not different from Krishna himself. So understanding these basic principles is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give to us. And it's important to understand that we're dealing with transcendental subject matter. We can't understand these things or progress in bhakti if we try and develop our own process based on our own speculation, our own moods, our own feelings, our own research, our own austerities. What we hear from the Lokika Shraddha, the faith of the materialistic people. Because Nayamatra Prabhachanena Labhyo, Na Media, Na Bahuna Shrutina, Yame Vaisha Vrinute, Tena Labhyas, Tasyaisa Atma Vivrinute, Tam Swam. This is Katha Upanishad is also telling us. The Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, absolute truth, is beyond all sense perception, is beyond all intellectual philosophical speculation, beyond one's intelligence or mental powers.
Krishna reveals himself only to whom he chooses to reveal himself to. Only that person can realize him, no one else. So it's up to Supreme Lord to give us any information, any progress in bhakti, not by our own endeavour. Being pleased with that person's attitude of service towards Sri Guru. Then Krishna manifests to him in his own form. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's the key, because no matter how much endeavour we do, if we don't receive the mercy flowing from Mahaprabhu, then we can't progress in bhakti. And there's so many references. Gurudev Srila Naraottama Das Thakur just put a very nice book together, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, explaining all the references from so many different shastras, different Puranas, different Vaishnava Granths and tantras and things, which are actually explaining what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. And there are two very famous verses in the 11th canto, 5th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vande Mahaprabhu Purushate Sharanarindam Dhyam Sadaparivaganam Avishtadoham Titaspadam Shiva Varichi Nutam Sharanam Prijatiham Pranata Bhavabdi Purutam Vande Mahaprabhu Sharanarindam. So who is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Upon whom we must take shelter. We must come in the line of his instructions under his guidance and by his representatives. He is that great Mahapurush, none other than the Mahapurush, Supreme Personality of Godhead, origin of everything, origin of all incarnations, and reflection of Krishna himself. And Dhyana Sadhakas, he is worthy for us to be constantly meditating on the Supreme Lord. And Paribhavaganam, what does he do? He removes, he destroys the difficulties that are embodied in material existence, and therefore, Avishtadoham, he constantly destroys the distress and the illusion of his followers. And he is Gita-slokas. His lotus feet are the tirtha, the holy place that everyone in the universe can find shelter, and everyone should go towards those lotus feet and perform their parikram and their tirtha-yatra towards the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu can give shelter to everyone. And what's the example? Shiva, Varinchi, Nutam, Sharanam. They also, Lord Shiva in the form of Govinda-Charan, and Lord Varinchi Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahma, in the form of Harinama Thakur, in this lila, they come and take shelter in the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Brijati-ham. Brijati-ham means those who are servants, those who are the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then they will easily get deliverance. They'll get shelter, and their illusion and their unhappiness will be removed. They'll be given happiness by Mahaprabhu. And his pranata. Who is pranata? That person who pays his pranams. That person who pays his respects to Supreme Lord. And Krishna's Gopala is also pranata pala. Mahaprabhu is that pala who will protect those devotees who will take the time and are sincere to offer their humble respects to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Bhavabdi Purtam, what is the greatest fear the living entity has to engage in? Is the fear of endless material existence in the great ocean of suffering and sorrow. There's no end to this ocean of birth and death. And Adi Bahimukh, the living entity, has been turning his face away from Bhagavan since time immemorial. Buddha says even before time is calculated, before time began, we've been in a conditioned state. Bhavabdi Purtam, that boat, is the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will take us across the ocean of material and endless suffering, and ultimately give us shelter at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, Divine Couple Shri Radha Hari. So Vande Mahapurusha Te Sharanarindam. This is what is required for us to take shelter for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said that Sadhu Sangha, Nam Sankirtan Bhagavat Shravan, Sri Mathurabas and Sri Mathura Shradaya Sevana. Out of the 64 limbs of bhakti that Mahaprabhu is explaining to Sri Sanatana Goswami, the first thing, of course, is Sadhu Sangha. Without Sadhu Sangha, you can't proceed to Nam Kirtan or Bhagavat Shravan. So hearing, opening the ears, Satam Prasangam Amaviri Samvido, Bhavanti Karana Rasayana Kata. With that kata, when the ears are open to the words of the pure sadhu, then that kata which we're hearing becomes a life-giving nectar. Last night Maharaj was quoting Tavaka Tamamritam, Tapta Jivanam, the tapta, the difficulty, the stricture of material life, the penance, the suffering, Tapta Jivanam was all removed by that beautiful kata. And that's a nectar medicine which enters the ears and purifies the heart and removes our absorption, takes away the pavaras, those things which the living entities controlled by birth after birth, which is the foaming at the mouth, like an animal. He works all day long in the hot sun. He's whipped by the master. He's so hot and thirsty and tired, but he's so exhausted and he's so distressed that he's foam coming from his mouth. This is the nature of a mature personality, all of us, presuming that we are the doer. And then we have to suffer so many things: fear, anxiety, hunger, food, a shortage of food, thirst, separation from loved ones. These are all the whips of material existence that Pavarodas have to go through. But taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and bona fide sadhu Vaishnavas, Sunyachi Sadhu Guru Vaishnava Jivara Kuriyachan. I'm living simply by glorifying the Vaishnavas, getting association. This is the words of the sadhu, Sadhu Guru Mukhi. Jivara Kuriyachan. So this is what we have to aspire for. So we've got a good opportunity. Maharaj is here for a few days. We should be here with rapt attention, render service as much as we can. And even after he goes, Guru Maharaj will be here. Maharaj will be here with us in this transcendental and spiritual form, giving guidance, inspiration. So we should still all come together, have ecstatic Hari Kirtan. Maharaj will be wanting that, Gurudev will be wanting that, and then we can progress in bhakti. So if Maharaj is ready, you can go on. If you like, I can go on a few more minutes. Or
Huh?
shall I go on, or are you ready?
No. Can we give the chance to another person?
Okay, another person now. Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave it with my words there. Sachinanda Guru ki jai, Srila ki jai. Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj ki jai.
Who will speak?
Mukunda Prabhu.
Mukunda Prabhu can speak.
Come on.
Can't go any further than that.
How much power is it?
It's 20%.
Yeah, let's just
Okay. Go for it.
Om Gyan Gnandasya Ganandana Sloka Tasai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram First of all, I would like to offer you Govinda-Charan and the divine lotus feet of gurupada-padma and the leader Krishna, Vishnu, Sati Shishima, Bhakti, Swami Maharaj.
I think it's
the
broken.
divine lotus feet of Guru-kripa, Vishnu, Sati Shishima, Swami Maharaj. The divine lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Naraottama Das Thakur, and to all Gaudiya Guru Vaga, and to Prabhupada Maharaj. So today is a very auspicious day when the sadhu comes into the association of any society. This is the perfection of life. Shastra glorifies the Dham, holy places, holy rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Vrindavan Dham, the dust of the Dham, and so many aspects of spiritual vastu, spiritual substance. But the supreme and the highest is to come into that association of sadhu. Because if one takes a bath in the Ganges every day, takes a bath in Yamuna every day, sprinkles the dust of Vrindavan Dham on their head every day, without doubt they are purifying, they give their results. But they do not reveal themselves without surrender. If you're surrendered to the Dham, if you're surrendered to the Yamuna Devi, if you're surrendered to the Ganga Devi, then they will give their results. So how can we achieve that surrender? In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna explains many different processes of yoga. All the processes, apart from Bhakti Yoga, are a manipulation of the modes of material nature. One gradually works up using the material energy and becomes more and more intelligent and more realized as one progresses, and more understanding of his Atma. Only Bhakti Yoga gives that spiritual Shakti from the very beginning, the Swarup Shakti. The mode of goodness does not have the power to attract the Swarup Shakti. Therefore, Bhakti Yoga is the only true ultimate path in this science of self-realization. How does one get that? That can be given from the Dham, from the dust, from the Yamuna, from the Ganges, but when one is surrendered. That is the criteria to be a suitable receptacle to receive that Swarup Shakti. So our Guru Varga have taken pains to explain how one can come to this surrendered platform and then enter into the realm of bhakti. And this is the benefit of having a living guru, a living sadhu in front of us. Because the Yamuna, she will not twist our ear. She will not correct our faults. She will not reflect to us our false ego in all its glory. The ego being the number one problem for all jivatmas. And the ego is so cunning that it will convince us, whatever spiritual practices we think we're doing, that this is enough for us to obtain salvation. But we know by the mercy of Guru Maharaj and by the sadhus, Srila Maharaj has a famous saying, you have to die to live. This is a real death of the ego, and it happens only under the guidance of the bona fide Guru, Sadhu, Vaishnavas. Because the mind is so wicked that it convinces us in so many ways how we are doing the right things. It is only by the very, very minute and sincere efforts of the sadhu, seeing the bona fide disciple, the bona fide sadhaka, that he is enthused to guide that sadhaka through the myriad of problems of anartha nivritti. So we may be in the Dham, we may be at the bank of the Ganges, we may be at the bank of the Yamuna, but really the purpose for that is to attract us, because that's where sadhus are. And the work starts with the sadhus. The sadhus are the ones who observe us, and like an expert doctor, they start to chip away at all our anarthas and misconceptions. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita says, Tad vidi paripatana pariprashnena sevaya utaksham chite jnanam jnaninatta vidarshana. That these three things, there has to be proper, sincere inquiry, there has to be pranipat, there has to be a surrender to the Guru, and there has to be service. This is the qualification of a sincere sadhaka. If you look at your lives and you see that any of these is lacking, one can understand one is not yet qualified to enter into the path of sadhana. So it is by the mercy of the sadhus, the Vaishnavas, who come, inspire us to begin sadhana, and then when we're on the path of sadhana, to guide us through the myriad of problems as we try to turn our focus away from Maya towards Sri Krishna. And so we are very blessed today that such a Vaishnava has come into our society, and if we listen properly, carefully, with open hearts, then the message that Maharaj has given will have a permanent effect on us and help us on our path. So we are very grateful for Maharaj to come, and we're grateful for everyone being here. And now I'm going to pass over to Maharaj, who's going to enlighten us further. Thank you.
Acha. Absolutely.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurumritam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. I'd like to offer my unlimited number of pronouns to the lotus feet of my eternal spiritual master, Nitya Krishna Vishnu. As the better Sri Srimati Radhika Goswami Maharaj, and to the lotus feet of Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, and Srila pooja-mulam Maharaj, and all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here today. I'm very fortunate to be able to purify my tongue by the instructions of Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, and to reflect on what we have been taught by Srila Gurudev and the Guru-kripa. Srila Maharaj was speaking yesterday about the importance of sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra koi, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. And all the devotees also were elaborating on this in many different ways. So Maharaj was saying, yes, sadhu sangha is important, but what type of sadhu sangha? There are many different types of sadhu. There are karmi sadhus, jnani sadhus, yogi sadhus, bhakta sadhus. And of these there are many different types. Each of these categories have many, many different types. As we know, we see in India there are sadhus, naga babas, there are impersonalists, mayavadis, there are yogis who perform austerities, standing on one leg or standing in the heat and in the middle of fire, or in the mountain, in the snow, in the cold, with hardly any clothes. So there's all these types of jivas who are trying to find the absolute truth. But the most important one that we have been told by our spiritual master is the bhakti yogi. And within that category of bhakti yoga there are many different types. And in our scriptures there are described 5 prominent types of bhaktas. So we have Gyani Bhakta, Parad Maharaj, we have the Shuddha Bhakta, Amrish Maharaj. Then we have the 3rd category of Premi Bhakta, Harinama. And after that, Prematur Bhakta, Prem Para Bhakta, the Pandavas. And above the Pandavas, we have Prematur Bhakta, Uddhava. But of all of those categories, and above that category is the Bhakta Shiromani, Bhakta Mukta Shiromani of the Gopis and the Brajvasis. And of those, Srimati Radhika is the topmost of devotee. So our aspiration that's been given to us by our Srila Gurudev is that to aim for the highest goal within these different categories and all the subdivisions that are available to us. We may have different tendencies. Some people have a tendency to worship Lord Ramchandra, and they have nishta towards Ramchandra. But our Gurudev is asking us to aim for the highest, to be Palyadasi or Srimati Radhika. And this is not a small thing. So appreciating the line that we have come in, this disciplic succession that we are in, we should honor it with great respect, and to practice in that process is a great honor. So we thank Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj for helping us in continuing the line of our Guru Parampara. And it's a living line, and it must be a living line. As the water in the river, if it doesn't flow, then the water becomes stagnant and stale. So this line, this dhara, is very important, that it continues to flow by a living personality. So in our scripture also, it's very important to accept Shiksha Guru. Even though our spiritual master is not present in a physical sense, if we can find somebody who is like-minded, to our own selves, and who has the realization of our spiritual master, and following in that footsteps, following those instructions given by our spiritual master, then we should surrender unto them and serve them, and in this way connect to that parampara, the living parampara. And so the electricity can flow, there's no blockage, and then we can progress gradually. This process may take many lifetimes. Of course, we're always, I certainly speaking for myself, a practitioner, a sadhak, and so we have to be patient, we have to be tolerant, we have to realize our limitations, we have to see our faults, and we have to be self-reflective. So this process is a science of self-realization. So realizing yourself, of course, through the process and instruction of receiving instruction from the spiritual master and practicing. But we have to reflect within ourselves, who am I? Why am I here? What is the meaning of life? What should I do with myself? What is the best activity to engage in? We have this time that is limited. We don't know. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes it as a drop of water on the end of a leaf. It could fall at any time. We don't know the next moment what's going to happen. And we hear so many stories, especially here in this area, of floods and storms, freak storms, natural calamities, people losing their houses, being underwater from one moment, people losing their place to live, not knowing where they're going to be the next night, where they're going to have a shelter or not. Having this kind of realization and living by those realizations is a very special thing, a very important thing, but something for us to be aware of when we are practicing our bhakti. That we should remain humble, we should remain trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi suhashana, amanina manadena kirtaniya sadhari. And this, of course, Maharaj is emphasizing that this morning he was saying how important the holy names of the Lord are, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave no other instruction apart from chanting this mantra and taking shelter of this mantra, because this mantra is chintamani, a wish fulfilling. Whatever you desire will come true, will be fulfilled by chanting this mantra. So we should also be careful while we're chanting what we are desiring for. So with that, I thank you all for listening. Thank Maharaj for giving the instructions to speak something. Mancha Prabhupada Rastra to pass in the direction. Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal, just posting this. Jai Jai Sri Ram. Little bit. Jai Radhe Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukta-mani, Jaya Gopi. Jai Radhe Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukta-mani, Jaya Gopi. जय
Shri Radhe. Srila Bhaktivinoda Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
If you come from, if you really want to listen Harikatha, come little bit. After 2 years I have come. So please come from. In the school, college, what is it? Those students are best, they are sitting front bench. Those who are not reading, not just attendance in this class, they are sitting in here.
At the back. At the back.
The dress circle.
Huh?
The dress circle.
Come here. Please come here. You do not understand, no problem. This is transcendental vibration. Always we are speaking this katha. Nama-chintamani. Harinama is very powerful. Chintamani. Chintamani is there. That's called
Disaster.
Nama-chintamani. Harikatha will be said. There are no difference. Harinam and Harikatha. Understand this? Harinam, Harikatha, Hariseva. Seva understand? To serve to Lord. That's a non-difference. You are chanting holy names. That means you are servicing to Sri Hari. Nam Seva. What is it?
Nam Seva.
Nam Seva. Sometimes we say, don't chant holy names.
Serve.
Don't chant holy names. What do you do?
Serve.
Serve holy names. Nama Seva. What Vaishnava language is very, very powerful. Sometimes I told somewhere, then some devotees become very angry and criticize to me. Huh? Why did you say don't chant holy names? How they are foolish. Are you are saying Nam Seva and Prasad Seva. Don't eat Prasad. What do you do?
Serve.
Prasad Seva. Prasad Seva Karite Hari. Sakala Prapancha Jai. Our Vaishnava language is Seva. Seva is
Paramadharma.
Paramadharma. Seva. Vaishnava language. First learn the
Language.
Vaishnava language. Vaishnava Bhasha. Language means Bhasha. Vaishnava. Sometimes one day I heard something told. Just I go to don't chant holy names. And serve
Holy name.
holy names. Nam Vaishnava Seva. Our Vaishnava language is always the Seva. Seva hi Parama. Understand? Sometimes people they cannot understand the Vaishnava language. They become very
Upset.
angry and upset and start to criticize. Oh, why Brahma Maharaj told, don't chant holy names. What to do? Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurmritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikakanta Radha Kanta Namaste Taptavahanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Jayatam Surato Pangaramandamate Gate Matsarvasham Bhajo Sri Radha Madharmam Divyat Dibbadavindaran Kalpadrama Vismaratnagara Sinastanastu Sri Sri Radha Silavinda Dibbo Prishtalini Sikvaman Smaram Srimati Sita Krsna Venu Same Gopi Gopinath Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gaura Govinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, offer my humble, respectful obeisances. Lotus feet of my gurupada-padma, nitya-lila pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimati Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Gosvami Maharaj, and nitya-lila pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimati Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Naraottama Gosvami Maharaj. Simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dandavat Pranam. Lotus feet of nitya-lila pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satsmad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Govinda-Charan Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sudhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and all senior devotees and all Vaishnavis, and present here, all of my respectful guests. I am very happy because I am with you. And why I am happy? Because I am always with you. Because always stay with devotees of Lord, Bhakta Sangha. Understand? If you always stay with the devotees of Lord, your mind will never disturbed. Because Maya is very powerful. When you are far from the devotee, then your mind will be disturbed. Then Maya will catch it. Because Daivi Maya is very powerful. Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, what the sloka? Daivi chesa guna-mayi nama-maya duratyaya mame pooja-mulam mayami tam taranti te. You know this verse or not? Who knows this verse? Raise hand. You know? You know? You know? You know? Follow. See.
This divine energy of mind is very.
And what is sloka? Daivi chesa guna-mayi nama-maya duratyaya mame pooja-mulam mayami tam taranti te. And everybody have learned this verse. Gita-slokas Bhagavad Gita. And Gita is very important. Gita mein idam partam, Gita mein sarutram, jatra Gita vicharasya patranam tata madhute Sri Krsna Bhagavan Sri Radhaya so. This is the glories of Gita, Gita Mahatma. Krishna himself told, hey Arjuna, listen, Gita mein idam. Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is my heart. Gita mein idam partha, partha mein Arjuna. Arjuna name is Partha because he is the son of Pritha. Kunti's, her name was also Pritha. So for this regard, Arjuna name is called Partha. So Gita mein, hey Arjuna, listen. Gita mein idam partha. And the essence of all Ved, Puran, Upanishad. Gita mein hidam partam, Gita mein sar uttama. The essence of all Ved, Puran, Upanishad. Everything is in Bhagavad Gita. Gita mein hidam partam, Gita mein sar. Jatra Gita vicharascha. Pathanam tata. Modate Sri Krishna Bhagavan Sri Radhayasa. And one who recited the Gita-slokas. And Krishna himself appeared with his own Hladini-sakti, Srimati Radhika. Bolo Radha Rani ki jai. And if you read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will be very happy. And Krishna will appear in front of you with his Saki Srimati Radhika. If you want to meet with Radhika, if you want to serve with Srimati Radhika, very important. General people think, oh, why am I going to read Gita? No. Everybody has to learn the verses of Gita. Gita-slokas. Gita में इदं पाठं गीता में समर्थं जत्र गीता विचारस्य पठनं पठते मोदते श्री कृष्ण भगवान श्री राधया. This verse very clearly, Vasudeva has written this verse and Gita Maha. So in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this verse: Daivi jhesa guna-mayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ja prapaddante maya meta taranti. You know this verse?
This divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome, but those who surrender unto me can.
Louder.
This divine energy of mine is very difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
You follow.
Devi esha guna-mayi mama maya duratyaya mayam etam tarantite. Guna-mayi mama maya duratyaya
mameva ja prapaddante maya meta
tarantite. One who surrenders unto me is easily able to cross over this ocean of material existence.
Not easy to cross the ocean of Maya. But Krishna says, if you completely, absolutely surrender to me, then you can cross the ocean of Maya. Because Maya, she is the maid servant of Krishna. And Krishna Dasi. You understand? Yes. So, if you surrender to Krishna, then Krishna will say, okay, let him to go from this material. So completely surrender to Krishna. So Devi jesa guna-mayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ja prapaddante. One who absolutely surrender to me. Then he cross the ocean. Otherwise no. Daivi maya is very powerful. So learn this verse. So just I also explained yesterday. I told always associate with sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha sarva shastre koi. Lokanatha sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Sarva siddhi means attain your highest perfection goal. What is your highest perfection goal? How to attain the lotus feet of Krishna. Sarva siddhi Govinda-Charan. Govinda-Charan. How to attain to Govinda, lotus feet of Govinda. And serve the lotus feet of Govinda. But how serve to lotus feet of Govinda? You cannot direct serve to Govinda. You have to surrender to lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Radha Angatta Govinda Seva. You can serve to Govinda under guidance of Srimati Radhika. You understand? It is very important. Radha Angatta Govinda Seva. Understand? If you not surrender to Govinda, if not surrender to Srimati Radhika, then Krishna will not accept your service. So what is regard in our temple? Srimati Radharani is here. She is our Ishtadeva. Understand? Who is our Ishtadeva? Ishtadeva, understand? Who is our worshipable Devi? Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika. And if Srimati Radhika will please, then we can get the service, the lotus feet of Krishna. Otherwise, not. This is the process. But how to take service? How to serve to Srimati Radhika? Who is very near and dearest of Srimati Radhika? You have to take shelter, his lotus feet. This is followed step by step. And you cannot direct to serve Srimati Radhika. For their Lokanatha Das Thakur, he sang this song. Kabe Lokanatha Mori Sange Laya Jabe Sirupera Pad-padme More Samarpibe Hano ki hoibe moro Narma sakhi kane Anugata Naraottama Koribe Sasone. You read the Bengali song. First song. Suniyachi sadhu mukhe bale sarvajan sirupera kripai mile Jugal-Charan. Narottam Das Thakur, very humble. He composed this Bengali song. Suniyachi sadhu mukhe bale sarvajan sirupera kripai mile Jugal-Charan. Without this mercy of Rupa Goswami, we cannot attain the lotus word divine to Radha and Krishna. So Suniyachi sadhu mukhe bale sarvajan sirupera kripai mile Jugal-Charan. Kabe Lokanatha Mori. Again Narottam Das Thakur sang this song. Who is my Gurudev? Narottam Das Thakur's Guru? What is the name of Narottam Das Thakur's Guru?
Lokanatha.
Lokanatha Das Gosvami. Narottam Das Thakur, he took Diksha mantra from Lokanatha Das Gosvami. Lokanatha Das Gosvami, very high class, exalted, elevated Vaishnava. In Brajalila, he is called Manjulali. Which is Saki? Manjulali. Understand? Our Gurudev, which Raman Mandir. And Lokanatha Das Gosvami, Manjulali. Remember? Lokanatha Das Goswami in Radha Krishna Lila, they call Manjulali. So Narottam Das Thakur say, when my Gurudev Manjulali will take me with him and offer to lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. So again, Kabe Lokanatha Mori Sange Laya Jabe Sirupera Pad-padme More Samarpibe. Understand? When my Gurudev Lokanatha Das Gosvami means Manjulali will take me and offer the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami or Rupa Manjari. Then Rupa Manjari or Rupa Goswami offer to me lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Step by step. And so saying, Kabe Lokanatha Mori Sange Laya Jabe Sirupera Pad-padme More Samarpibe Hano ki hoibe moro Narma sakhi gane Anugata Naraottama Koribe Sasane. Say nice beautiful song. We have to learn this song. This is our Guru Parampara. And how to one punch-it with gurupada-padma. Guru-nishta, guru-bhakti. That is called backbone of our sadhana and bhajana. You understand? Understand my language or not?
Yes.
Guru-bhakti. Gurudev always emphasizes this verse. Guru-nishta, guru-bhakti, That is called backbone of our sadhana and bhajana. And if you have no guru-nishta, no guru-bhakti, you will never develop your sadhana and bhajana. And gurupada-padma jahe rahe nishta bhakti sansar talti sahi dhare mahasakti. One who has guru-nishta steadiness, lotus feet of his guru, he can deliver the whole universe. Guru-nishta guru. Gurudev always he told to us, because always I traveled with Gurudev, many countries I traveled. Gurudev always he was emphasis this one, Guru-bhakti, Guru-nishta. Never give up Guru and never give up Harinama. Do or die. Understand? It's very important. Karenge or marenge. Do or die. Never give up Guru, never give up Harinama. This is very important. Always follow the instruction of Gurupada. Shri Guru-Charan padma keval bhakti sarma bandha-mohi sabadhana bandha-mohi sabadhana are sabadhane bandha bhaire Guru Deve abhay charan sabadhane bandho bhaire aparadha hoy na jeno sabadhane bandho bhaire. You understand? Sabadhana means very carefully. Very carefully hold the lotus feet of Guru-pada. Nitai pada kamala koti chandra susitara ye chhaya jagat guru heno nitai bine bhai Radha Krishna paite na dida kari dhara nitai pai. Guru Goswami Maharaj sang this song always. Dida kari means very tightly hold the lotus feet of Guru-pada. Understand? Very tightly. Dida kari dhara nitai pai. Nityananda Prabhu, that is called Akhanda Guru Tattva. Undivided Guru Tattva is Nityananda Prabhu. That is called Baladev Prabhu. Because Nityananda Prabhu is none different from Baladev. Guru Tattva, Akhanda Guru Tattva. So again, Nitai Pada Kamala Kati Chandra Sushitala Je Chhaya Jagat Judai Heno Nitai Bine Bhai Radha Krishna paite nai dida kari dhara nitai payo dida kari dhara nitai payo. Understand? Very important. Guru-nishta, guru-bhakti, this is the backbone of our sadhana and bhajana. Maybe after 1,000 years, 1,000 lives, maybe we will become gopi, no problem. But this life what to do? Tightly hold the lotus feet of Guru-pada. Dhyana-mulam guru-murti, pooja-mulam gurupadam, mantra-mulam guru-bhakti, moksha-mulam guru-kripa. Do you know these words? Very important. Dhyana-mulam guru-murti. The source of all kinds of meditation, that is called the meditation of Sri Guru. Dhyana-mulam guru-murti. Guru-murti. Understand? Close your eyes and meditate Guru-pada. Guru-murti. Dhyana-mulam guru-murti. Pooja-mulam guru-padam. The source of all kinds of worship.
Archan.
Archan. That is called worship the lotus feet of Guru Devi. Guru Puja. Every day you are doing Guru Puja. Taking incense, ghee lamps, Guru Puja. Dhyana-mulam, guru-mukti, pooja-mulam, gurupada-padma. Mantra-mulam, guru-bhakti. The source of all kinds of mantra. That is called the instruction of Guru, Guru-bhakti. Guru-mukha-padma bhakti. Chitte ko riya koiko. Arna ko riya mane asa. Arna ko riya mane asa. Ar korona anna asa. Guru dever charan bharasa. Arna karo anna asa. Asa means hope. There are no any other source. Only one over here.
To
How
attain.
to sadhu gurupada. How to follow the instruction of the Guru. And this is very important. Sadhak means even this one. So I want to say, which called sadhaka? What is the symptoms of sadhaka? This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Here Vishwanath Chakravarti clearly explained. Dhyana-mulam, guru-mukti, pooja-mulam, guru-padam, mantra-mulam, guru-bhakti. Or moksha-mulam, Guru-kripa. Moksha-mulam, the source of all kinds of liberation and salvation. That is called the mercy of Guru. Guru-kripa hi kevalam. Understand? If you receive the mercy of Guru, then you can attain your highest perfection. All your obstacles will then disappear. So this is very important. Madguru, Jagadguru. Mannatha, Jagannatha. My Gurudev Bhavan Goswami Maharaj always he quoted this verse. Madguru, Jagadguru. My Gurudev is called Universal Guru. Universal Guru. Madguru Jagadguru. Mannatha Jagannatha. My Ishtadev is called Jagannath. Jagannath means who is the supreme controller. Here Jagannath not means is Jagannath. This is also Jagannath, Krsna. But Jagannath means Jagatnatha, who is the supreme controller of universe. Krishna, supreme personality of Godhead and Bhagavan. Ete tansa kalapumsa Krishnastu
Bhagavan Sayam.
Saint Bhagavan. Vrindandana Samsundar, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Sayama Sundara Sikandra Saikara Smirahasa Murali Manohara Radhika Rasikman Kripanide Sapriya Charana Kinkaring Kuru. Many slokas. Your heart will watch it not. Mannatha Jagannatha, Madguru Jagadguru, Mannatha Jagannatha. It's very important. So now, I am saying these things. Because only the yesterday I told the 5 types of the devotees of Lord. Gyani Bhakta. Who is Gyani Bhakta? Prahlad Maharaj. Why he is called Gyani Bhakta? Because Prahlad Maharaj, he knows my Ishtadev, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is called omniscient.
Omniscient, omnipotent,
Omniscient,
omnipresent.
omnipotent, almighty. So pray. And my God, my Lord, he resides everywhere. And Hiranyakashipu asks, Prahlad, only you are saying Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Where is your Vishnu? Have you seen your Vishnu? The Prahlad Maharaj, yes, my father. And always I am looking my Master Vishnu everywhere. Prahlad Maharaj is very bold. He did not fear from Hiranyakashipu. Why? Because he has a nishta with the Istadeva. My Lord, he is called, he is my maintainer and he is my
Protector.
protector. Rakhe Hori Mare Ke or Mare Hori Rakhe Ke. Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj in his class, mostly he used this Bengali word. If Lord protects you, no one can
Kill you.
Or if Lord wants to kill you, who can protect you? Vrindavan Bihari Lal. The only thing, Lord is my protector. Lord is my
Maintainer.
These two are all. You understand? So Prahlad Maharaj, he was very bold. And he did not
Fear. Obey.
And Hiranyakashipu become very angry and took the sword on his hand. Hey Prahlad, tell me, I will cut your head. Where is your Vishnu? Vishnu. Why are you taking the name of my enemy, who is the killer of my brother? And Bhakti Hantarap, you understand? Who killed my brother? Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, he told, your Vishnu, he killed my brother and Hiranyakashipu. So I had to take revenge. Understand? Where is your Vishnu? Why you are taking the name my enemy, Vishnu? Hiranyakashipu chanting Vishnu name also not. And one person will go saying, hey, chant holy names, Hare Krishna. Well, I will not chant Hare Krishna. I will not chant Hare Krishna. He chanting or not?
Chanting.
I will not chant Hare Krishna. He chanting. I will chant Hare Krishna. But no, I will not chant Hare Krishna.
Too late.
Okay, you say, I will not chant Hare Krishna.
I will not.
He chanting or not? In the same way, Hiranyakashipu, he saying this one.
Vishnu.
Hey Prahlad, why are you taking the name of my enemies, Vishnu? Why are you Vishnu? He chanting or not?
Chanting.
Opposite, he chanting. Battery, money?
And then the contrary.
Contrary, he chanting. And Prahlad Maharaj, yes, his name is called Vishnu. Vapnatiti Vishnu. Sanskrit word. Vishnu means Vapnatu, who resides
everywhere.
Lord resides everywhere. No? Then Hiranyakashipu, are you looking, Vishnu? Well, yes, I am looking everywhere, Mahishade Vishnu. Uttam Bhagavad, Prahlad Maharaj is called Uttam Bhagavad. Uttam Bhagavad, he looks everywhere Ishtadev. Sarvabhutishu japasset Bhagavad Bhagavatmana. Bhutani Bhagavatmani. So Bhagavata Uttamaha. Uttam Bhagavad means high class, exalted, elevated devotee of Lord. He looks everywhere is Ishtadev. The Prahlad Maharaj told, yes, I am looking. My Ishtadev, Lord Vishnu, he resides everywhere. Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, you are looking, why I am not looking? Father, you are stupid nonsense. Because you close your eyes. So what is it you cannot see to Vishnu? As like owl. Owl understand? Owl is saying there are no sun. Because owl? What?
Bird. Yeah.
Bird.
That bird.
Yeah.
What time coming?
At night.
Night time. And night time, no?
Sun.
Sun. So that bird is saying here, no?
No sun.
This is true or wrong?
It's wrong.
Answer. So in the same way, Hiranyakashipu, same way Prahlad Maharaj he told, Father, you are as like
Owl.
Vrindavan Bihari. Radha is bold. He told everything is perfect. I am thinking, Akijal is Hanuman. Krishna Dahai is Sarvatra Darshan. One eye is completely neat and clean. Then he can see. That means that if you have bhakti, then you can see to Lord. Or if you have no bhakti, your heart, your and eyes completely covered with Maya, Maya Chakshu. The eyes of Maya. So how possible we see? And our Vishana Chakravarti Padikana, we have two kinds of eyes. One is called Kama Chakshu, another is called Prema Chakshu. The eyes of lust, the eyes of love. Divine love. The two philosophies. The eyes of love or eyes of lust. So for this regard, Prahlad Maharaj told, oh my father, Tat sadhu manne osuravajyadina sada samudvigna dhyam asatagrahat hitvatma patam gryanda rupam vanangatu jat harimahasrit. Very simple. Sadhu sangha. With a sadhu, then your bhakti will manifest. Then eyes of
Prem. Prem will manifest.
Pramanjana Surita Bhakti Virucharina Santa Sadeva Hidesu Vilakanti Jam Sam Sundar Chinta Puna Saurupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Learn this verse? Brahma Samhita sloka. Pramanjana Churita Bhakti Viruchanino Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilakanti Jam Sam Sundar Achinta Guna Sarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. What the meaning? Pramanjana. Pramanjana Churita Bhakti Viruchanino. Have to put the onion. Onion means?
The liner, eyeliner, ointment.
Ointment. Onion. Kajal. And chlorium something. Put that black. And then your eyesight will be more clear. Then you can see. What is that? That is called bhakti. Prema bhakti. If you have prema bhakti, then you can see to Lord. Pramanjana Chita Bhakti Viruchanina Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilakanti. They are high class, exalted, elevated, the devotee of Lord. They are already taken darshan to Lord. So saying, Pramanjana Chita Bhakti Viruchanina Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilakanti Jang Sama Sundar Achinta Guna Sarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But this is a Prahlad Maharaj told. I have Prema Chakshu, or you have Kama Chakshu. Prahlad Maharaj very boldly told, oh my father, your eyes completely covered with Maya. And my eyes is what? Completely open and clean with prema. Pramanjana Churita Bhakti Viruchanina. Just I explain this. Pramanjana Churita Bhakti Viruchanina Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilakanti Jam Sam Sundar Achinta Guna Sarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Then Hiranyakashipu become very angry. Oh, you are looking, you Vishnu, I am not looking. Or you are my son. I am your father. Father cannot see to Lord. Or son, he can see to Lord. So he was very angry. Sometimes he I am senior. Or any devotee is coming, he is sitting thinking he is junior. Actually, this is not true. Eh? Who is senior or who is junior? Who will give the
Decision.
decision? Who has bhakti? Eh? He is senior or who has less bhakti? He is junior. Simple. Right? Eh? So you cannot say, I am senior devotee. You cannot say, he is
Junior.
junior. You cannot measurement. You cannot give the decision. Eh? Who will give decision? Suddha Bhakta, Guru-kripa. Eh? Many persons taking Harinama Diksha but not chanting holy names, but no doing bhajana and sadhana. But he is very bold. Oh, I am senior devotee. What is a senior devotee? Ha! Eh? Or maybe then one devotee is come, but he has vast of knowledge, shastra gyan, and he chanting holy names. Maybe previous life he chanted holy names or not. Huh? Understand? Doing bhajana and sadhana, love and affection with the Guru and Vaishnava, servicing. So he is senior. Eh? Understand? So you cannot say, I took Diksha Harinam first from my Guru. So I am senior devotee. But I am not chanting Harinam, I am doing bhajana and sadhana. What is that? Useless. Huh? You understand? So I think for Hiranyakashipu the same. He was saying, hey, Lord, I am your father. I am not looking to
I cannot.
Vishnu. How possible you are looking to Vishnu? Huh? But you cannot say this. Prahlad Maharaj, for this regard, Prahlad Maharaj very boldly, he told, Father, your eyes completely covered with Maya. So you are father. Huh? But my eyes completely linked and playing with prema massage. Huh? Then Hiranyakashipu will become very angry. Huh? Hiranyakashipu will ask, hey, where is Vishnu? Where is Vishnu? Tell to me. Because you are always taking the name, my enemy's name. Huh? Satru. Prahlad Maharaj told, oh my father, Lord Vishnu is not, किसी के शत्रु भी नहीं, किसी के मित्र भी.
He is not the enemy of anyone.
He is not the enemy of anyone. You understand? And Bhagavan means he is
Equal to all.
all the no me disso, no me priya. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says also. And Krishna says, who is my enemy? Or who is my friend? I am equal to all the living entities. No me disso, no me priya. As like parents, they give love and affection to all their children. Sometimes children, they are very stupid. They did not give respect their parents. This is true. But parents, they always love and affection with their children. This is true. Matrisna, Pratisna, love and affection of father and mother. Answer this. So Prahlad Maharaj, he told, oh my father, listen, he is called Vishnu, Bhagavati Vishnu. He has love and affection and equal all the living entities. He gives love to everybody. Yesterday I told Lord Jagannath, his two hands this way now, look, hands is what this way. Why?
Stretched.
He is calling to everybody, oh my sons, daughter, come. Come to me. Why you are going to Maya? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same Jagannath, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also not different from Jagannath. If you go Jagannath Puri, one is called Daru Brahma, that is called Achal Brahma. Or is Sachala Brahma. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is running here and there. Daru Brahma, Jagannath. He's taking Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also raised his two hands. You can see. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised his two hands and running. Where is running? He's chasing behind to all the living entities. Srimad Bhagavatam gives evidence. Maya Mrigam Dait Ipsitam Annadhavada Vande Maha Purushate Charana. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he raised his two hands and chasing behind to all the living entities. Because this conditioned soul, they are running towards the Maya. Maya Mrigam Daita Ispitam Annadhavada Vande Maha Purushate Charana. This Tapta Sudhisya Rajya Laksim Dharmishta Jabajasa Jadgarna Maya Mrigam Ipsitam Mahaprabhu and raised his two hands and calling to all the living entities. And hey, living entities, don't go to the Maya. Don't go to the what is it called? Marubhumi?
To the crematorium.
Go to the
Maya.
what is it called? Just I forget. Mirage.
To the mirage, desert. To the desert, mirage.
Don't go to the desert. Understand? As like
Water.
as like the what is called deer.
Dear.
Deer is very thirsty, thinking I'll drink water. And some reflection is coming. The water is there. Running towards the
Mirage. Mirage.
and then enter in the deep. But that is what? Completely what?
Dry.
Dry. Very hot also. You understand? And then you will be what? Die. So in the same way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is running towards the conditioned soul. But conditioned soul, they want to
Run
run toward
the desert.
To the desert.
Mahaprabhu, Tapta Sudhisthita Sureshita Rajya Lakshmi Dharmishta Adya Vajasa Jadgarda Mayam Brigam Dait Ipsita Annadhavadhav Vande Maha Purushate Chanal. Mahaprabhu says, don't go to Maya. Come to me. Lord Chaitanya raised two hands as like Jagannath raised them. Come, don't go. Mayam Brigam Upsita Vande Maha Purushate Charanaravinda. Srimad Bhagavatam gives evidence. Takta Sudhisruta Rajya Lakshmi Dharmishta Ajya Vajasa Jadgardamayam Mrigam Ipsitam. Very nice. I am saying this thing. So Prahlad Maharaj is also saying this thing. My Lord Vishnu, he resides everywhere. And he protects all the living. You are not looking because your eyes completely full of mind. Anger, enviousness, lust. So how possible? Akhi jai dharmal sarvatra karet Krsna does. One's eyes is completely neat and clean, he can see to love. If you have bhakti, then you can see. You can see to love. Bhakti revanati bhakti vadarsaiti. Then Hiranyakashipu will come very angry. Hey! You are my son, but you are giving me instruction. Okay, tell me. In this pillar you are Vishnu? Is there? Of course, why not? Lord, he rejects everyone now. Why is he not Lord? Everywhere. There Hiranyakashipu, he also
He hit
the
pillar.
Then Lord Vishnu and Nishrimati. Lord Vishnu appeared. Hiranyakashipu may thinking maybe this is ordinary lion. Half lion and half man. That is called Nri-Singha. What is it?
Nri-Singha.
Nri-Singha. Nri means human. A Singha means lion. Upper level. When you go to think of me, ordinary. Lion. Or like Bhagavan. No. I am saying this katha. Prahlad Maharaj is called Gyani Bhakta. He knows. My Ishtadev, Lord Vishnu, is called omniscient. What is called?
Omnipotent,
Omnipotent and
omniscient, omnipresent.
He is He is the protector, he is the maintainer. Devotee always think, Lord is my maintainer and Lord is my
Protector.
You are not alone. Always, Lord always with you. Sometimes we sing this Ramchandra, Ramcharitman, Sitaram, 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 Daivi, Raki Ram, Daivi, Vidhi ke Vidhan Jan, Hani Ras. Tu akela nahi pyare Ram tera sa. You are not alone. Lord always with you. This faith. Faith is Lord is always with me. So I am saying this. Rake Hari, if Lord protects you, no one can kill you. This is true. What do you think this? What is this? So why I am saying? Because Prahlad Maharaj is called the Gyani Bhakta. And he is Bhakta, but he knows my Ishtadev is Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhagavad Gita. He is my maintainer and he is my protector. Then Suddha Bhakta, yesterday I told. Who is Suddha Bhakta?
Ambarish Maharaj.
Ambarish Maharaj. Yesterday I told. Ambarish Maharaj, he engaged all his limbs and body to serve Krishna. Govinda Seva. Karu Bhare Mandira Manjana Adisu. Ambarish Maharaj, though he was the king of whole universe, but he served his Srila Thakurji with his own hand. Karu Hari Mandira Manjana Adisu. Ambarish Maharaj, he was grooming the temple of Thakurji with his own hand. Cleaning. Bhagavad Seva. Padu Hare Kirtan Satpani. He also engaged his feet to serve Lord. How? To do parikrama. Pada Sevana. Pada Sevana means even. Do parikrama. Dham parikrama. Tulasi parikrama. Sakumet. Tulasi. Harihajaye Nama Krishna Jadavaye Nama Jadavaye Madhavaye Keshavaye Nama Gopala Govinda Ram Shrimad Sudan Giridhari Gopinath Madha Mohan. Ambarish Maharaj, he engaged all his limbs and Karu Hari Mandana Manjana Shudhira Chakam Sapkapod. He engaged his ears to listen Hari Katha. Understand? Lord gives us all the limbs and body to serve. Lord gives us eyes. Why? To darshan the beautiful deities of Lord. Vigraha darshan. Not that darshan of TV. People, they spend their time watching the TV. Many people watching or not? Kormi people. Kormi people, they watching TV. But devotees, they watching the beautiful deities of Lord. Bhagavat Vigraha darshan. This is why we would not take darshan to Lord. If you not attend Mangalarati. If you not take darshan Mangalarati, understand? How possible auspiciousness will come? Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. In his last moment, he told everybody had to attend Mangalarati. Understand? nice, beautiful Thakurji here. Vigraha darshan. Then your Mangal will come. Mangal means?
Auspiciousness.
Auspiciousness. Every day we are saying, Mangala Sri Guru Gaura, Mangala Murati, Mangala Sri Radha Krishna, Jukala Mangala Nishanta Lila, Mangala Udayi, Mangala Arati Jage. If you not take darshan to Lord early in the morning, Mangala Arati, how possible auspiciousness will come? So how is it? Because Ambarish Maharaj, though he was the king of 4 universe, every day he, what is called, Mangala Arati Thakurji. So why is it? Because Ambarish Maharaj is called Suddha Bhakta, pure devotee of Lord. Who has pure bhakti? Is called Suddha Bhakta. Understand? Who is called Suddha Bhakta? Who has Suddha Bhakti? Suddha Bhakti. Ambarish, so for this regard, Ambarish Maharaj is called Suddha Bhakta. Though Rupa Goswami has given the definition about Suddha Bhakti. What is the definition of Suddha Bhakti? Anna vilasita sunyam jnana karmadhanam vritam anukulena Krsna silanam bhaktiram uttama. Uttama bhakti. Highest devotion service to Lord. Uttama bhakti. The Goswami Pad give this definition. Uttama bhakti. Highest devotion service to Lord. Uttama bhakti. Though there are many definitions of bhakti, Sandilya Sutra, Sa Paranurukti Sare Iti Bhakti, deep attachment towards Lord, that is not bhakti. Sa Paranurukti Rishare Iti Bhakti. Sarvapadi Vinumuktam Tatparta Nirmanam Hisikeno Hisikeso Sivanam Bhakti Ruchyate. This is the definition of bhakti. There are many definitions of bhakti. But Rupa Goswami very nicely and scientifically, he gave this definition of bhakti in his book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is the story? Anna vilasita sunyam jnana karmadhanam vritam anukulena Krsna silanam bhakti uttama. Uttama. Very nice. Ambarish. Time is over, no? I finish. This sadhaka always absorbed to practice devotion service to God. In morning I told you, who is called sadhak, who is called siddhak? Because Rupa Goswami has mentioned in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, who is called sadhaka? Billamangalada sadhaka parikirtita. Billamangal Thakur. He is called sadhaka. So maybe a question will come. What is the definition of sadhu? What is the definition of sadhaka? Sadhak means practitioner. You are sadhak or not? Very clearly explained. And utpanna ratayo sammaka nirvignai anupagata Krsna sakshat krito yukta sadhaka parikirtita. Very clearly explained. Utpanna ratayo sammaka nirvignai anupagata Krsna sakshat krito yukta sadhaka parikirtita. One is whose heart roti bhav towards Krishna has already manifested, who has become qualified to perceive the direct manifestation to the Lord, but who has not yet obtained complete freedom from all the obstacles, is called a sadhaka bhakta. Very clearly explained. Maybe tomorrow we'll explain more. But today time is over. Sadhu. We are not sadhu. We are trying to become sadhu. Maybe sadhaka bhas, the semblance of sadhaka. Speaking very long words, big words. But when you enter the Shastra, then you can see your heart. Who is called sadhu? Who is called siddha? Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu Vishana Chakravarti Pad very clearly explained. And every word he also explained very clearly. Understand? He defined everything. Understand? Who is called sadhu? He is qualified to take darshan to Lord. But some impediments. For this regard, he cannot take darshan to Lord. He is qualified. Maybe tomorrow we'll discuss this thing. Listen. Then tomorrow we'll explain also Siddha. Who has come from Guru Govinda-Charan. What is the symptom? Very nicely. What is the definition of Siddha? Abhigyanto akilo klesa sadakrita radik sada Krishna radik priya Siddha su santas prema sukha astadaya parayana. He is always absorbed to service his Ishtadev. Abhigyanto akilo klesa. Abhigyan, he does not feel any distress, unhappiness. Conditioned soul completely contaminated with the five things. Avidya, asmita, rag, des, and abhinivesha. These three types of klesa referred to here is the five types of avidya: ignorance, asmita, that is the false ego. Conditioned soul, these are already false. I am here. I know everything. Sabjanta. Completely foolish. Are thinking I am
controller.
Controller. That is called the false. So the avidya, asmita. Here the avidya means ignorance. Asmita, that is a false. Rag means attachment with the material sense gratification. Or avidya, asmita, rag, des means enviousness to others. Avidya, asmita, rag, des, abhinivesh. And always you are absorbed to enjoy the material sense gratification. That is called bodily conception. The root there are all the root cause of unearthers, unwanted things. That is called bodily conception. They have to be. You try to understand. Understand my language? They have to be man. I am man, I am woman. This is your bodily conception. Who am I? I am the servant of Krishna. Jiver Saru Boy Krishna Nityadas. Krishna Prasashakti. I am not this body. I am not this house. This house belongs to you. This is true. You are thinking, I am a house. You are not a house, you are not griha. You are grihastha, who resides in the house. You understand? Try to understand my language. So when they say, I am not this body, I am the servant of Krishna. I am soul, Atma. I am the part and parcel of Lord, Mami, Bansu, Jivo, Ruki, Jivo, Bhuta, Sanatana. The soul is eternal and transitional. Just changing this body. I am going one body to another body. Now coming this body. When you give up this body, then enter in another body. Understand this? sometimes going male body, sometimes going female body. And automatically you are doing that the bodily conception. I am man, I am woman. Actually, I am not this. I am the eternal servant of Krishna. Atma, soul. The conditioned soul, they are not thinking these things. I am Kriya. I am the controller. This is called the false egos. Mithya abhiman. False ego. What is the perfect ego? I am the servant of Krishna. Nanda Maharaj, he says, I am the father of my son Krishna. Krishna Pita. You understand? Understand or not? Nanda Maharaj, he says, I am the father of my son Krishna. This is called it. This is not false ego. Try to understand. Uddhav, he tried to explain. Oh, Krishna is Bhagavan. He has no mother, no father, no mata, no pita. But Nanda Maharaj is always saying this. I am the father of my son Krishna. That is called Suddha Abhiman. That is called the pure ego. Our conditioned soul, ego is there. I am this body. I am the father of this son. Try to understand this. So conditioned soul, there is your experience. The 5 types of the clay soul. Refer to here is the 5 types. Avidya, ignorance. Asmita, that is a false ego. Rag, attachment. Des, that is called envy, jealousy. Or Abhinivesh, always your bodily
Conception.
But you chant holy names and slowly all you and anarthas will be disappeared. This is very important. So the Suddha Bhakti will come there. Then Suddha Bhakti will manifest in our hearts. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Vrindavan Vihari Lal
Ki Jai,
Jai Jai
Shri Radhe,
Bala Govinda Bala Hari Gopala. Bala
Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radhe.
Okay, you can take prasad. Very nice prasad. Guru-kripa. Jai Radha Rani ki
Jai.
Maharani ki jai.
Radha Rani ki jai. Jai.
I thought you just Thank you. Please come. Very good.
I'm giving 50-50.
I'll give it to Maharaj anyway.
No, you keep it. You have to take care of your sick too.
Thank you for your kindness. Come. Your name?
Jai.
और सब ठीक है? आप कहाँ के रहने?
Sadhan there. Sadhan.
Yeah, he's going to get. I've got a specific question. In a while, maybe I'll just go home program
Is that scheduled tomorrow?
Yes.
11 o'clock?
और सब ठीक है?
If you've not taken prasad, come forward. Mahaprasad, Mahaprasad.
और everybody had taken?
My name is Ambarish.
Ambarish. Hello, Ambarish Maharaj ki
jai.
Yeah, last time I had to meet you. Yeah, why? How can you forget? I cannot forget. लोग चले? अरे दीदी इधर आओ.
Prasad લીધો? પ્રસાદ લીધો તમે? Radhe showering sweets. Don't have them all for yourself.
But you're supply.
If you don't, I will. I will take all of them. Come on, there's some more. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Oh, नहीं उन्हें मुझे भी दिया
और सब ठीक है? हाँ, तो आप हरिनाम करो, आनंद आए। हाँ,